Hello and welcome to week 6 of the Nourished Runner coaching program. And this week we are talking about what is holding you back from truly running fit, strong, and living the life you really want. I can't believe we're already in week 6. This program goes so fast. It just shows you how fast time just flies, right? I want to do a quick review this week. Week 1, supercharged goal settings, what we did. Week 2, we talked about strength and speed training to help you build muscle. We talked about core training to get you reconnected, power up your running. Week 3, we talked about macronutrition and the blood sugar story. Week 4, we talked about understanding cravings and how to boost your metabolism naturally. Week 5, we talked about gut health specifically for runners. And I hope that the key takeaways for you guys were, we went through a lot of content, a lot of learning, a lot of implementing different tips and tricks and strategies. And I want you guys to understand that it's a journey. Just because you know the information doesn't mean it's going to happen and you're going to be able to implement it overnight. You're going to try things. You're going to see how it feels for you. You're going to learn. This isn't a diet where I tell you exactly what to eat at exactly what time, because you don't learn anything that way. And that's not what this is about. So a few key takeaways that I hope you've taken from the training so far is that strength work is key to building lean muscle that's going to burn more calories and rev metabolism for you, okay? Runners don't do strength training. That's why many runners struggle with getting lean and fit, because they're not doing the strength work, and it's why so many runners get injured as well. Speed work is great for training to run faster and enabling your body to dip into the fat stores for energy, which is going to enable you to shed fat as a runner. You must have some base fitness to run those sprint intervals. Not everyone can just dive in and run sprints, but you can always hop onto a bike and push intervals on a bike, or you can walk up a hill or just walk faster and slower to get some sprint work in and help you get those results. And again, doing sprint, speed work, and core work, which is the next one, is going to help you rehab after having a baby. It's going to help you. That strong core is what helps you. That's where all your power comes from. It's what helps you drive those strength workouts, drive those speed workouts. And when you can be strong and train your core properly, you're able to be more injury resistant, because remember, you got to get strong before you go long, and 80% of runners get injured. And that's why once you get strong and reconnected to that core, you can run faster, push stronger, push longer, and get some really mad results, okay? But again, that takes time. Then we talked about eating. Eating real food is the best diet, following the 80-20 rule, right? 80% real food, 20% let yourself enjoy the foods that you love. We're never restricting or telling you what you shouldn't be eating. Eating 3 meals per day with snacks as you feel hungry, and focusing on the quality of your macronutrients in those 3 meals plus snacks a day, right? Trying to pair those carbs always with the protein and the fat to stabilize your blood sugars, curb your sugar cravings, and boost your metabolism so that you can burn fat naturally, okay? Next key is that probiotic food or supplementation is important for gut health, because all your health starts in the gut. That's where you absorb all the nutrients. And if it isn't working, I'm putting crap in there, we're not getting the nutrients in that your body needs to feel and function at its best, okay? So those are the basic tips, you guys, and you know them. We've been talking about them for 5 weeks. There's, my style is always to keep it simple. And where we all struggle at this point, like, you have the knowledge, but it's putting in the action. So we're going to dig a bit deeper this week and talk a little bit about what is maybe holding you back beyond diet and exercise. Okay, the diet and exercise tips. So let's dig into that, you guys, a little bit. Let's get going with week 6. And this is reasons you are struggling with taking consistent action and not living the life that you truly want. This is where it gets real. This program gets really good to me. We are now, nourishing your body from the inside out, where you're going to work on a bit of mindset. So let's figure out what's holding you back and how to overcome those obstacles. And again, it's a journey. You're not just going to change overnight because of this video, but you're going to start to think and dig and allow yourself to be vulnerable and work on some things that are hard and not obvious. That's where the true change, the kind that really matters, is going to allow you to live the epic life of your dreams, and it comes beyond food and exercise. So, you might be trying to put in the work and feel stuck and you're unsure why. You may be out there eating healthy and doing the work, but still feeling like you're not getting the results you want. You may feel like you know exactly what you should be doing, but you just cannot stick to it day after day, week after week, and month over month, and you might feel hopeless and frustrated. You might also be out there feeling stuck in a rut and then finding it really tough to get going again without beating yourself up. And you might feel that way now, or you might have felt that way in the past, and be prepared because those kind of things happen in the future. But I don't want you beating yourself up and thinking that this is all hopeless and you'll never be successful, because you will. First of all, I also want to say that these feelings are normal to experience. You're not alone, and we all go through them, right? So what can you do about it? One of the important things to do in any of these situations is to identify what might be holding you back from being successful. What do you think holds you back from from reaching your full potential when it comes to your health, your eating habits, and sticking to the training plan needed to nourish your running, to run strong, to get fit, to get lean, to lose the weight? Like, what do you think is holding you back? And a lot of times something's going to pop up, okay? I've done a lot of hard things in my life, but one of the toughest was finally digging into my why, what was really holding me back. So allowing me to finally reach this food freedom, because I shifted my thoughts of food as a stress, as food as something complicated, to food as a way of nourishing my body and feeling good, feeling at my best, and understanding exercise as medicine and as a means to celebrate my strength and my abilities, and as my self-care, and not thinking of exercise as punishment for what I ate, or simply as a way to change my body. So those were some shifts that happened when I started to dig into what was really holding me back. And that came from some serious mindset work, some vulnerability, and some honesty with myself, and sharing with others and working it out with others, and not just pushing harder into my workouts and pushing longer workouts and eating healthier food and trying to be cleaner. It goes beyond the diet and the exercise, and it really is the mindset work that finally allowed me to get the results I wanted and run strong, fit, lean, happy, and living the life of my dreams, right? And this is what I want to share with you guys, because if this worked for me, I'm hoping to pass that along, and that some of this will work for you. Again, I started this journey 5 years ago. So if this is the beginning for you, I'm excited for you. If you're midway or you've heard this stuff from me before, amazing. You can keep hearing it and keep learning and taking new things away from it. So where do you start, you guys? Having difficulty sticking to healthy habits, we know what we need to be doing. It doesn't mean that you're not a strong person. It doesn't mean that you're not a capable person. It goes deeper than that, into having the right skill set to be able to cope with the struggles, to cope with the challenges. The difficulty losing weight or sticking to the healthy habits is often due to some or all of the following factors that we're about to go through. So I've got a few of them here: fear, internal conflicts, outside influences, expecting it to be easy, doubting your own dreams, your own capabilities, living in the past, ignoring the lessons you're learning along the way, being too hard on yourself, and giving up too soon. So we're going to dive a little bit into each of these, and I want you to think about them and see if this is one of your struggles, if this is something that's holding you back. And then I've got a little bit of homework for you at the end, but a lot of this is just take it in, just listen, just think about it, and see how that sits. And this is where mindfulness comes in, where you're going to sit with this non-judgmentally, but just be present with it and think about if it sounds like you or not, right? So number one is fear. Do you hear some of these things going around in your head? What if this program doesn't work for me? What if I can't handle it? What if I can't do it and I look like a failure? What if what if my dream never comes true and then I feel worse off than when I started? This is too hard, I can't do it. I've tried in the past and failed, and I can never be successful. Do any of those sound familiar to you? Anything else that comes up in your brain that is negative or fearful or holding you back? I've been faced with fears and negative talk many, many times, and it's paralyzing, right? Like, negative talk and fear can literally be debilitating, paralyzing, and really holding you back. And if you have these unconscious fears, why would you not self-sabotage your own efforts, right? It's like, I can never be successful, so I'm just going to skip my workout, sleep in, and eat Tim Hortons for breakfast. Like, why wouldn't you sabotage yourself when you don't believe in yourself, when you're fearful, when you're terrified? That's why it's so important to get very clear on what that internal conversation that you're having with yourself is. And if any of this sounds familiar to you, you need to stop those thoughts, be conscious of them, and turn them around really quickly, okay? Because you can do this. You can be successful. Just because you failed in the past does not mean you're going to fail in the future, okay? Number 2 is internal conflicts. This is a really tough one to talk about, but it needs to be addressed, and can often, because you can often be your own worst enemy when trying to implement these healthy changes and live the life of your dreams. I was usually the one who held myself back by these self-sabotaging behaviors, right? So what's hard about those self-sabotaging behaviors is that negative self-talk, and you guys might be doing the same thing. Like, your internal conflict, your own negativity is holding you back, right? You might be like I was and feeling as though you aren't putting the effort into running and you might feel like, what's the point of this? What's the point of me sticking to these healthy habits, of me putting in the work? And you might on some level feel like it's all a waste of time, and you may self-sabotage your efforts by eating the junk food over and over, even when you know it's better. And it's that internal conflict, that negative self-talk, that fear that is holding you back. It's nobody else. It's nothing outside but you, right? Internal conflicts are real and harsh, and as women, we are our own worst enemies in so many situations. These internal negative conflicts can be really tough to get over, and we all have them. Sorting out your true feelings about your own self-worth and how your health and happiness fits into that picture takes time and work, but it's going to be so worth it. And we're going to work on that over the next weeks of the program as well. But just, notice your negative self-talk, notice how you treat yourself, because often the way we talk to ourselves is a way we would never talk to anybody else. So when you notice those feelings coming, stop them, turn them around. You are deserving. You can do this. Outside influences. These can be really holding back your success. Living a healthy life isn't just about you. Often, your health, your running strong, your weight loss journey is yours, but it's also very much influenced by those around you. You might have a spouse, a coworker, a friend who's always offering you food that you don't want to eat. They're not following a healthy eating or lifestyle plan. Have you ever, you may be swayed into skipping your workouts or eating something you didn't plan to, going out for lunches with the coworkers because they want to, even though you're supposed to do your workout. And it can be really difficult when you're surrounded by that all the time. And the truth is, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most of your time with, right? So although you hope that your friends and family will be helpful when you're trying to lose weight, when you're trying to run strong, when you're trying to train to be fit and healthy, there's going to be times when they unintentionally or intentionally try to hurt and sabotage your efforts as well. So to combat those outside influences from holding you back, you've got to confront them. So maybe having a serious talk with those around you, letting them know that you care for them, but you need them to support you during this time because you have some really big goals that you're really excited about. I also know that those conversations are not always realistic. They might not be able to happen, and those people around you might not support you no matter what you ask of them. I know that's the reality. You need to create your own health philosophies and just stick to them. There's no shame in wanting to put the work in. There is no shame to wanting to skip the staff lunch so you can get your workout done. There's no shame to wanting to live and put the work in so that you can get to the life of your dreams. There's no shame in wanting to adopt a healthy, fit lifestyle despite those around you. And you should be super proud of yourself and not feel 1 ounce of guilt. Although it's nice to have the support from your friends and family, it's not always possible, and you can't let that hold you back. You can only control what you can control, and that's you, right? I don't eat pizza all the time. I don't skip my workouts to go to lunch outings with coworkers if that workout is in my schedule and it's important to me. I don't let those things sway me. And you might want to look up a really great TED Talk. I should find the link and post it as well. It's called I Don't Like Not Giving a Fuck, right? Like sometimes you just have to not give a fuck because you want to take care of you, and that is your priority. You need to decide that, okay? It's a really great TED Talk. It just teaches you how to, again, as women, we're always trying to please everybody. I want you to work on you and focusing on you. That's what this program is about. You can do this all on your own, you guys. You don't need anyone's support. You are strong, you are capable, you are badass, and you have our Running Moms tribe right here to support you. And that is why this group exists. Checking in, sharing challenges and successes alike is going to give you all the support you could ever need if you use the group. We are here for you, okay? Another challenge is expecting it to be easy. Might be holding you back, right? Stop expecting that this is going to be a smooth, easy ride, because it is not. You're going to have ups and downs and good days and bad days. And if you remove all the struggles from your life, you're not going to find out what you're truly made of. You know, success feels even better when you've overcome struggles and you've thrived. To reach your full potential, the road is going to be bumpy. It's intentionally that way to find out who wants it most. The weak ones will get left behind, while the risk takers, the strong ones who dive into the mindset, are going to forge ahead and see what's further down the road. And that's where the life of your dreams exists. I've lost count of numbers, but the next one is doubting your own dreams. It doesn't matter what your dream is. It could be running a marathon, writing a book, finding love, starting a business, and moving to the beach, you know, or something else. The first thing you have to do is believe in yourself. Don't seek validation from anybody. Believing in yourself might be hard because you're busy and you're tired or you failed in the past, but you have to believe that what you're doing, that the healthy habits we are talking about, that I'm teaching you, that you're committing to, are going to help get you to that dream. And they will, but it has to be a consistent effort over time. Living in the past, another behavior that could be holding you back. You know, that would have, could have, should have, those thoughts that are going through your head. And there's moments that you may have wished you could go back and you could do over, but the truth is you can't, right? You can't. That is gone. Like, you are here. Try not to dwell on the opportunities you missed, the time that's gone by, because you can't go backwards. Keep moving forwards. And if opportunities come again, you'll be better prepared. Living in the past guarantees that you're not going to be able to push into the future that you desire. Ignoring the lessons that you learn along the way. Everything happens for a reason, and you can learn and grow from these lessons if you allow yourself to take these in as lessons, reflect on them, adjust your behavior, adjust your training, adjust your decisions, and be better because of them, right? Injuries, bad days, errors, when something bad happens, and it will, you know, find the lesson in it. What could have been done better? What would you do next time in the same situation in the future? Being too hard on yourself is something that I see all the time, especially in women. If you screw up, give yourself a break. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has bad days. When you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. Pick yourself up and try again. No one's perfect, and neither are you. Always think in progress, not perfection. Okay, don't have to be so hard on yourself. And giving up too soon is the last tip here, you guys. The last behavior that's really holding you back. Most people give up right before their big breakthrough. You know, you sign up, everyone's really excited about week 4, week 5, people are starting to fall off. They can't keep it up. They're being too hard on themselves. They're not learning from their lessons. Some of those other things, right? They're doubting their dreams. They're living in the past. They don't believe that it can happen. And so they quit. You give up too soon. And of course, like, you never succeed that way because you're always giving up and starting over again. And it's really hard to make progress that way. If you choose something you believe in, go after it with everything you have. You know, understand that some days are going to be hard and sacrifice is going to have to be made for it all to come together, but it's going to be worth the effort. Don't give up. Let's keep this training going, you guys. This is week 6. We are breaking. We're looking into our mindset, what's holding us back. I want you guys to reignite the fire of when you signed up and when you got started, and get ready to push through the last half of this program. There's a little bit of homework here. You know, sit with this, do what you can. Maybe just listen to this a few times while you're out for a walk or your run or doing your workout. But These are a few simple steps to help you face these challenges so you can move forward towards the life that you want, how you want to look and feel. Get honest with yourself on any fears and internal conflicts that you have about sticking to the program, the healthy habits, or the strategies that I've outlined in weeks 1 to 5. You know what to do. Get honest with yourself about what's holding you back from taking consistent action. I want you to write those barriers down for yourself. Just write them down and sit quietly with them. Spend time with each of those fears, those challenges, those behaviors that you find yourself doing, and sit quietly with them and ask yourself, why is this fear coming up for me? Where is it stemming from? Why am I sabotaging my own best intentions? Write down how you see allowing that fear to keep the weight on is hurting you. Write down how you see continuing in that behavior is going to hurt you going forward. And then write down how releasing that fear is going to help you going forward towards living your epic life, towards running your fastest and feeling your best, right? I hope that made sense. So it was write down, with those fears, write down what's going to happen if you keep doing those, and then write down what's going to happen if you release those and you allow yourself to reach your full potential. What could that look like for you? I want you to list your supporters. I want you to stick with them. This is really important. I want you to hold them fiercely and let the other opinions go, okay? You are the average of the 5 people you hang out with, and you can use us online if we are what you have, and that is why I've created the community group, the community space, okay? So list your supporters, stick with them, and hold them fiercely. And then just what else really struck you about this list that you feel is a struggle for you? Just sit with that, be present, non-judgmentally, and just take notice, just feel that. And sometimes that mental awareness can really allow you to release some of that negativity and some of those barriers that are holding you back. I want you guys excited. I want you guys pushing for the last half of this program. I want you guys nourishing your running and your life from the inside out.